Are you thinking about buying a house in 2023? Honestly, it's a big decision that requires careful consideration because when you buy a property without thinking about it, I promise it'll turn into a great disaster. And obviously, you and I don't want that. But when you think about it, is there a best time to buy a property? I've got something you need to understand. There is no best or worst time to buy a property. That's why in this video, I will tell you all the things you need to consider when buying a house in 2023. Also, stay tuned until the end because I will give you some tips on exactly how to buy your first rental property this year. So without wasting any time, let's get started. First and foremost, here are some questions you need to ask yourself before buying a property. Number 1, are you financially ready? Buying a home is a major financial commitment, so it's important to make sure you are financially ready before you start the process. So how do you do this? I can offer some suggestions. Checking your credit report and score, having some money saved for a down payment, and making sure you can afford the monthly mortgage payments are all important steps in determining whether you are financially ready to buy a home. It's also a good idea to consider other factors that might impact your financial situation, such as the costs of maintaining a home and any debts or other financial obligations you may have. You should try to keep total housing costs, including mortgage payments, to no more than 25% of your income in order to avoid being house poor. Being house poor means that you are spending so much of your income on housing-related expenses, such as mortgage payments, that you don't have enough money left over for other necessities or for saving and investing. You should confirm that you have some money to put down on the home you are purchasing. This is typically referred to as a down payment. The amount of the down payment will depend on the type of mortgage you get and other factors, but in general, it is a good idea to have at least some money saved for a down payment. Having a down payment can help you get a lower interest rate on your mortgage and may also help you qualify for a mortgage in the first place. It is ideal to make a down payment of 20%, but it may be possible to get a mortgage with a down payment of as little as 5%. Keep watching because in a minute I will reveal to you the 4 important steps you should take in buying a property in 2023. But before that, make sure you like the video and you're subscribed to the channel so that you're always updated with new content. Number 2, what's the current situation of mortgage rates? The current state of mortgage rates and the uncertainty about whether they will go up or down in the future are 2 of the things you need to look out for in 2023. The mortgage rates are currently higher than they have been in the past, and some experts predict they will fall slightly in the coming year, while others expect them to increase. When it comes to getting a mortgage, it is important to consider whether you are comfortable borrowing at the current level of mortgage rates. In other words, you should consider whether you are comfortable with the monthly mortgage payments that you will be required to make based on the current mortgage rate. Number 3, what does the real estate market look like in your area? If you want to buy a house in 2023, you need to know what the real estate market looks like in your area. A lot of people think they can just buy any house and make it work, but it's not that simple. The market is going to be incredibly different depending on where you live, and it's important to get an idea of what's going on in your area before making any decisions about buying property. If there are lots of new developments happening or the market is really hot, then it might be best for you to wait a few years before buying. But if there are no new developments coming and things are relatively stable, now might be a good time to jump in. Here's the thing. Real estate market has experienced high property values, possibly due to a low supply of homes during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, please take note of this. Property values have begun to fall as demand for houses dropped due to higher mortgage rates. Some experts believe that property values will continue to fall further, although not everyone agrees. Buyers like you need to consider whether there are economic indicators such as properties staying longer on the market before selling that could suggest that property values could decline further in an area. It is generally a good idea for you to be aware of the state of the real estate market in an area and to consider factors that may impact property values when making a decision about whether to buy a home. How soon will you move out? Trust me, the sooner you know when you'll be ready to move out of your current place, the better. The housing market is already competitive and crowded. You don't want to miss out on the perfect house because you were waiting for the perfect day and couldn't move out of your current home as soon as you had originally planned. But I have to warn you though, there are potential risks and costs associated with buying a home and having to move shortly after. Here's a full picture of the scenario. If you have to move soon after buying a home, it can be harder to recoup your money due to the high traction costs of buying and selling a home. Another thing is that if there is a temporary decline in property values, you may be more affected if you do not allow enough time for your home to appreciate in value. Unless you plan to be in your home for at least 5 years or longer, you may want to wait to buy. So what's the best thing to do in this situation? Consider the potential need to relocate in the near future and be aware of the costs and risks associated with buying a home before making a decision about whether to buy or not. After considering these questions and you still want to buy a home in 2023, here are some good steps you can take. First, review your finances. I recommend reviewing your finances, including your budget and your credit reports and score, several months before you start looking for a home. Not only that, correct any errors on your credit reports and pay bills on time. Lastly, schedule a consultation with a loan officer to get a better understanding of your financial profile and what you can do to improve it. Second, pay down debts. Paying down existing debts can be beneficial when you are planning to buy a home. By minimizing other financial obligations, you can free up more income to put toward the cost of buying a house and improve your financial profile in the eyes of mortgage lenders and other financial institutions. Reducing your debts can also make it easier for you to afford the monthly mortgage payments and other costs associated with home ownership. Doing this before you apply for a mortgage can be a good way to improve your chances of being approved for a loan and of getting a mortgage with a low interest rate. Third, shop for mortgage lenders. Look for lenders that offer the types of mortgages you are interested in and apply for more than one lender. You'll later know why this is important. You know what's also crucial? Looking at the annual percentage rate or APR rather than just the interest rate, as the APR includes the total cost of the loan. I also recommend comparing loan estimates from different lenders line by line in order to get a clear understanding of the rates, fees, closing costs, and monthly mortgage payments being offered. Number 4, find a good real estate agent. A real estate agent can help you find suitable properties, craft offers, and negotiate with sellers in order to get the best deal. There are many terms and conditions to consider in addition to the purchase price, and believe me, an experienced agent can help you navigate these issues. Look for an agent with deep experience in your local market, ask for referrals, interview a few agents, and check references in order to find the right fit. Hiring a good real estate agent can be helpful in making the process of buying a home smoother and more successful. The right time to consider investing in property is when you have a strategic plan in place and have set up the right ownership structures and finance strategy. While interest rates are rising, there are many other factors that can impact a property's price performance and growth trajectory, and that some of these factors may be beyond an individual's control. It is important to have a well-thought-out plan in place and to consider a variety of factors before deciding to invest in property. As you can see, whether or not you should buy a house right now in 2023 depends on a variety of factors, including your financial readiness, the mortgage rates and housing market conditions, and your potential need to relocate in the near future. It's important to take the time to carefully evaluate these and other considerations before making a decision about whether to buy a house. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips and information on real estate investing. In fact, if you want to learn exactly how to find your first rental property this year, we've created the perfect video for you. So click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.